friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have a special collaboration with a couple of ladies. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda, and if you are returning, welcome back. You know I love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number one. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Rustoleum chalk paint in the color Linen White and my Waverly chalk paint in the color Hazelnut. I am also going to use my COUTURE chalk paste in the color Black Velvet. I'm going to use this decal I created with my Cricut. And then I'm going to use, this is March's Club Couture transfer. It's called Botanicals. And then this transfer comes from this big pack. It's called Look on the Sunny Side. Look on the Sunny Side. And then I'm going to use one of these 14-inch wood rounds. These come from Hobby Lobby, and they're 6 in a pack, and I always get them when they're 40% off. So I start off by painting that wood round with my Rustoleum Linen White chalk paint. I always feel like I'm Kathy Joe when I say that. And then I decided to mark off this section. So I'm taking my painter's tape, marking it off, and then I paint that middle section with my Hazelnut chalk paint. And then after it was dry, no, I'm sorry, I was gonna paint it, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I have to lay this out first. So I actually started painting it, and I had to wipe it off with a baby wipe. So here I'm laying out my decal, and I knew those lines were going to go over, which is what I wanted, and so I'm just trimming them off, and then I am burnishing this on. Now I had a heck of a time getting it to stay, and I think it was because my board was still a little damp. So oh my goodness, anyways, I struggled, but once I got them all on, now I'm putting the second part on here, and like I said, see, it's not wanting to stick very well. I've also heard, which I thought was kind of interesting, that vinyl, it like the stickiness expires on it, which is interesting. I'd never heard that before. But anyways, after that, I painted it with my Hazelnut. Now I'm going over with really small brush strokes over the words, just because some of those pieces still, I was having a hard time getting it to tack down. So I was really worried that I was going to have a lot of bleeding on this. But I was pleasantly surprised. I only had a few areas that I kind of had to touch up, but it wasn't really bad. It was just it was noticeable to me because I knew what I wanted it to look like, but it really wasn't very bad. So here I'm just weeding off all of those letters so you could see the white underneath it. Once it was all dry and I had it all touched up, I took some of that white, and I am just going through, and I am doing a dry brushing all the way around that hazelnut color with my white. Then I took some ink with another small chip brush, and I did some brush marks like you see. And then I'm going to take my baby white, and I'm just smearing that in, because on the original piece, it has some, it looks more like this. It doesn't look like the regular brush lines, if you will. So I just smeared that in. So once I was done and that was dry, I took my decal, or not my decal, my goodness, my COUTURE transfer, and I'm just laying this out where I want it. And then I'm going to cover up that butterfly, because I'm not going to use the butterfly, although I love it. And then I took that smaller transfer, and I am placing it there, and then I'm using my chalk paste and going over all of this with my chalk paste. Now, if you don't know anything about COUTURE, I am a COUTURE designer, and I would love to answer any questions you might have about it. The COUTURE Club is a monthly subscription. It's $21.99 a month. You get an exclusive transfer, which is the one that I'm working on right now. That's the exclusive Club Couture transfer, and you get a new one every month, along with 3 single chalk pastes that coordinate with it. I think that's a great deal. And if you're interested, you can check out my site, which I have a link in my description box below for it, or you can always email me a question or ask me a question in the comments. I'd be happy to answer your questions. So after I cleaned off my transfers, I added some more of those flowers because I wanted to fill it in. And then I took 6 of these beads and I am painting my hazelnut on it, and then I'm wiping it with a baby wipe just to kind of give it that more of a stained look. I didn't want a full-on color. Then I took this hanger and I added my beads to it. I'm tying a knot on each end, and I'm gonna hot glue those ends to the back of my hanger. And that's all there is for this. And you guys, I loved how this came out, and it's so close to the original. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. So it cost originally $36, and you guys, really, I don't have much into this at all. Maybe a couple of dollars. You have to let me know what you think about it. So this is Fabulous and Fancy. This is Brandy, and she reached out to Kathy Jo and I and asked if we would like to collaborate with her, and we said sure. So Fabulously Frugal and Fancy. So make sure you check out her channel. And then we have, of course, my favorite, Kathy Jo. She is just the sweetest lady, and if you don't know who she is, oh my goodness, you are missing out, because she is a hoot. If you watch her videos, you will be laughing because she makes us all laugh, and we all love her. So make sure you check out both of these ladies, show them some love, and yeah, let them know I sent you. Although you probably don't need to let Kathy know because she has more people than I do. Anyways, okay, here's DIY number 2. Okay, so I'm going to use these Easter eggs I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use one of these glass hurricanes from Dollar Tree. I am going to use some floral foam from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this round plaque from Dollar Tree. And I just found these yesterday. These are lamb's ear from Dollar Tree. If you can't find lamb's ear at Dollar Tree, usually you can find it at Walmart. Theirs is really nice too. So I'm going to start off by removing the hanger from the back of this sign. Now, the original piece, it looks like they're using more like a wreath form, but I didn't have one small enough, so I just decided to take this and use this instead. So then I took my floral foam here, and I am just cutting out chunks, and I'm going to cut out enough to fit all the way around that round piece. Then I'm going to hot glue them all in place, just like you see me doing right there. And then after that, you guys, this is so easy. I put my hurricane in place because I wanted to make sure, it fit with all the lamb's ear. And I just start cutting the lamb's ear off the stem and just start placing them wherever I felt like it would cover up the floral foam. And then once I had it all covered up, which will be here in just a moment or 2 or 3, then I'm going to add those eggs. Now, if you don't have those speckled eggs or can't find them, you can always paint them. And then you can use like a toothbrush or a regular brush. I've even seen some people use their fingers to splatter a color on those eggs. I also had some of Baby's Breath from Dollar Tree, and I am just adding that Baby's Breath in as well. And then I just went around and hot glued those eggs in just kind of sporadically, and just hot glued them here and there all the way around. And then once I had that all done, that's all there was for that. And there it is. I think it is beautiful. The original was $39.99, and I have less than $10 in this, guys. So I think that's a pretty good savings, and I think it's really close to the original. Yep, let me know what you think. Okay, I want to take this moment to thank all my subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. And if you are watching and you enjoyed today's video, I hope you hit that subscribe button, become part of our family. And then all of you guys, make sure to give me that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads. That really helps my channel, and the ads is how we make money. And then if you would like to follow me on social media, or if you'd like to contribute to my supplies, you can find the links to all of those in my description box below. Okay, celebration of your recreation, but I don't have anything. Nobody sent me anything the last few days. So if you have a creation or recreation you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address listed there or to Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I'd be more than happy to showcase them here for you. So here's DIY number 3. I don't know about this one, but you'll have to let me know what you think. So I used about 6 of those Boxwood Greenery picks from Walmart. I'm going to use some of these mini roses from Hobby Lobby, and then these foam roses from Dollar Tree, some more floral foam, and then this wood bunny cutout from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by removing that hanger, and I'm going to use it so I didn't throw it away, which I never throw them away. I always save them, but I'm just going to set it aside because I'm going to use it again on this one. Then I start taking pieces of floral foam and cutting it out. Now, do you see how thin I'm cutting that? Don't do that. Make it thicker because it breaks really easy when it's thin like this. And so I was having a hard time getting some of my boxwood to stay in because it was too thin. So I would make it thicker so that there's more of a space for the picks to go into. Once I have this laid out, I'm going to hot glue those pieces all together, and I'm just going to hot glue them all on my little bunny. After I have them all hot glued, I'm going to start taking my picks apart, and I'm going to start cutting them. Now, I am going to, right here I decide, okay, that's too high, so I cut off that little piece that goes over the pick part. And I'm taking them, that was too high too, but I'm going to show you here. I cut that little piece off, and then I go up about 2 levels of leaves and I cut them down. And then I just start putting them in. And I am going to just continue to fill in the middle, just like you see me doing there. So it did take me a little while to get it done because of all the cutting and putting this all in. But, you know, put on a favorite movie or some crafting videos and you'll be done in no time. So once I got that part filled in, I decided, okay, we're going to do these for the ears. I don't know what they use. They use something kind of yellow on the original. So I decided, well, I'm just going to use these roses, these foam roses from Dollar Tree. So I'm just hot gluing them to that floral foam. And then I'm going to go around them with the picks. I will be honest and tell you that when I was done with this, I was like, it looks like a big bunch of greenery with flowers, and I'm not sure it looks like a bunny rabbit. So after sleeping on it, the next morning, I came in and decided to start taking some of the picks off, which really helped. So once I've got all the way around to where the bunny tail is, I added a whole bunch. I think it was like 5, 6, 7 of these roses, I don't know, as a tail. As you see here, it looks like I'm only going to get 3 in there. I did remove some of the greenery to add more of that for it to look like a tail. Then I took some of these roses and I am just going to poke them in around the middle of the bunny here. And I'm just kind of going over just kind of in the areas that it is on the original piece. Now the original piece, they look like they had some like paper flowers in the middle that were green. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to take the time to do that. But you could definitely do something like that too. But here again, it probably looks like a big blob to you, and it does to me. So you'll see it in the final reveal here where I had removed some of it to kind of help give you that shape a little bit better. But once I have all these flowers poked in here and there here, I think I'm going to do a bow next, right? Yep. So I'm taking this ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm going to put it around the neck. And I'm just going to hot glue that right onto the back. And so once I have that placed where I want it, I'm just going to hot glue it, just like you see. And then I'm going to make a bow with that same ribbon. Now, I think on the original piece, the ribbon is probably not as wide, but I either had it too too wide or too narrow. So if you have ribbon that's a little more narrow, then it probably look a little bit better. But I took this ribbon and I'm making a bow by doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle and taking my jute twine and tying a knot and tying it really tight. And then I'm going to trim off the excess pieces of that twine and dovetail the ends of my bow so that way it has a nice finished look to it. And here I'm taking my time, aren't I? I'm going to hot glue this onto that ribbon, just like you see me doing right there. Then once I had that all on and it was tacked on and it was good, then I went through my stash. I had these butterflies that I got from Amazon last year. I do believe they're in my Amazon store, and I'm just going to hot glue it to that twine. Now I decided thought maybe if I put a rose there, it would look like a flower or an eye on the bunny. And then I replaced the hanger, but I was still like, I don't know if that really looks like an eye. And my husband goes, I think if it was blue, it might look like more like an eye. So I went ahead and I painted in the middle of the rose some blue, and then I did the same for the ear with some pink just to kind of make it look a little more like an ear and an eye. You have to let me know what you think. I don't know. Let me know what you think, if you think it resembles the original piece. I don't know. The verdict's still out for me. You'll have to let me know what you think though. But this is the picture where I did remove some of the greenery, so I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you check out Brandy's channel as well as Kathy Jo. If you don't know who she is, which I highly doubt, you will love them both, I am sure. So I will be back again on Sunday with another video. So you guys have a blessed weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.